tonight on Friday Night Lights. DVL play kicks off with one of the Valley's top rivalries. After a number of tough losses, the Aztecs head to Xavier Prep for their league opener. Could Palm Desert slow the high-flying Saints offense? The Shadow Hills Knights found themselves in the Lion's Den for their first ever DVL test. Could Cathedral City roar into league play with a win? Meanwhile, the defending DVL champs are at Indio. The Indians aren't ready to relinquish their league title quietly. And in Beyonce League play, Desert Hot Springs hosted Beaumont with hopes of notching their first win of the season. Here we go. Friday Night Lights starts now.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights, all the highlights and game recaps of our Valley's high school football teams. I'm Julie Bueller. Tonight was opening night of Desert Valley League play, and while rivalries are always at the forefront when you're talking league play, tonight's docket featured one of the Valley's hottest rivalries, the Kings of Cook Street Showdown. Our own Amy Zimmer was on hand. Amy?
Thanks, Julie. It was a rivalry game between Palm Desert and Xavier, but the teams came together for a cause even more important than the game. The players and fans supported these ribbons in support of Riley Rose, a 5-year-old battling neuroblastoma. Now, let's take a look at the game. The Vatican was alive tonight, as you can see right here. The Saints are hungry to earn back the title and bragging rights, so take a look here. That was quarterback Michael Johnson with a throw to Braxton Worley. He would weave his way through. That would lead up to a field goal to end the half. Score 17-13 Xavier. Aztecs quarterback Carter Stokes struggled finding his team tonight. This one was one of 2 pick sixes we would see tonight. Mason Sarna right here, he would take that one all the way home. He was on fire tonight. He took both 6 picks tonight and had a total of 4 touchdowns. Palm Desert would fight back right before the third quarter ended to make the score 24-19, but wouldn't be enough. Final score was 31-25 Xavier. Palm Desert 1-3 coming into this one and not having the season they expected. But the past 2 games, the Aztecs have been outscored by 108 points, so we're hoping to see what their offense can do tonight.
Move on to the next game.
Indio Rogers, baby, let's go. Friday Night Lights, let's go. Rogers, baby,
Now let's get you over to India, where the Rajas, they hope to capture their first home victory tonight against the Palm Springs Indians. Indio, happy to be back home, and before the game even started, we almost lost our cameraman. Watch out, Andrew. As fate would have it, that ended up being a good example of the Rajas swarming defense tonight. Indians driving in the first quarter and fumble, and Rajas David Alvarado would go the distance thinking they had the score, but to no avail. India would work their way down the field, run after run. The Rajas kept pounding away. Quarterback Dimitri Long pushes his way into the end zone. They're waiting for it. Touchdown. Palm Springs couldn't move the ball on the ground, so they tried to do it in the air. Palm Springs with the deep ball, and India almost takes it away. Palm Springs would go for it again, and this time, as you can see right here, touchdown. Palm Springs will head home to face La Quinta next Friday, and India will rest up as they have a bye. Julie, back to you.
Thank you so much, Amy. Up next, we'll head to Cathedral City as the Lions hosted the Knights in their first DVL game. Plus, a little later on, we know the Mighty Arabs, they're off to a hot start. But do you know why? Well, we take a closer look at their offense. That's all coming up on Friday Night Lights. Stay tuned.
I say it a lot, but your health really does matter. Stay with KMIR News for in-depth stories to help you live a longer, healthier, and happier life. I'm Janet Zapala, and KMIR is where the news comes first.
I'm Dan Ball. Coming up on KMIR News beginning at 5 a.m. Monday morning, we'll have all of the weekend's top stories plus any breaking news, and we'll save you a few bucks in our Money Monday report. Samara.
Slight cooling trend beginning Monday at 5 a.m. The biggest savings of the year are on at Toyota's Clearance Countdown. Get $2,000 cash back on a 2016 Prius or $3,000 back on all remaining 2016 Camrys. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Bacon is looking good. Let's Insta-brag. Honey, jalapeno, boom boom. How was there no bacon emoji?
Denny's new Honey Jalapeno Bacon, part of the Red, White, and Bacon menu. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner.
This is the last place you'd expect us to talk about staying connected with state-of-the-art technology. Or wow you with a massive touchscreen. Then again, you probably didn't think you'd need your survival skills back on the road either. Jeep Cherokee, conquer all the world's most challenging places. Celebrating 75 years of the most awarded SUV lineup ever. Or get 20% off MSRP cash allowance for an average of $7,600 in savings on select Cherokee Trailhawk models and dealer stock.
Here's the best reason to create a living trust. Legal Docs by Me offers a complete living trust package, including a pour-over will and 2 powers of attorney.
Legal Docs by Me. No lawyers save money.
The biggest savings of the year are on at Toyota's Clearance Countdown. Get $1,250 cash back on a new Tundra or lease one for just $359 a month. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Wheel and Jeopardy, tomorrow night starting at 7 on KMIR. Friday Night Lights on KMIR is brought to you by the General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Call the General today.
Welcome back. The newest member of the DVL kicked off its league schedule with a trip to the Lions Den. In fact, our own Pete Fox is at Cathedral City High School for the game against Shadow Hills. And Fox, I hear that Seth Morales had a huge night for the Knights while the Lions made it very close.
Indeed, Julie. It was a beautiful night for football. And this game had a bit of a chill in the air as Shadow Hills traveled to Cathedral City to face the Lions, where the Lions are coming off their first win. Always a fun atmosphere as the Lions Den, thanks in large part to the band who welcomed me in for a little karaoke. This game started out very one-sided with Shadow Hills jumping out to a 21-0 lead with J.D. Erlang rocking the flow, scoring 3 touchdowns and chipped in with an interception. Caleb Wellmus added to the scoring, cutting through traffic with speed, shaking bacon to the end zone for the score. Second half, the Lions got back into it with James Green dialing up a big one, getting the handoff, heading left, cutting it back to the right, turning the corner, and he gone for a 60-yarder to the house, which was followed by 2 scores from Jordan Wallace. Here's one of them pounding into the end zone there. But in the end, Shadow Hills would withstand the penalty bug, which plagued them all night long as they hold on for a 27-21 win. Shadow Hills now 4-1, 1-0 in league action. Next week, they face Palm Desert for their homecoming. Our night began in Desert Hot Springs, or D-Town as it's commonly known to the locals. The Golden Eagle faithful were out to support their team, looking for their first win. Very defensive-minded game between the visiting Beaumont Cougars and DHS. Damian Marble chewed up a big chunk of yards here for the Cougars, but the Golden Eagles would deny them the score. Then DHS drove down, taking a nifty improvised run from Golden Eagle quarterback Bailey Carter. Stiff arm, spin move, and hauled down at the 20-yard line, which was as close as DHS got, falling to Beaumont 17-0. Well, Cathedral City fought hard, Julie, and they made it interesting, but in the end, Shadow Hills was just too much. And many thanks to Matthew Howe and the Lions Band for letting me sit in. You don't really have to be that jealous, but I know you are.
I'm very jealous, and it's clear you can't sing, Fox, but thanks anyways. And don't forget, you can always connect with us on social media. We want to see the best sights and sounds from around the valley every Friday night. We send our camera crews out there, but maybe you could help us out. Just use hashtag KMIR Sports, and we could potentially use your posts in the show. And to be fair to Fox, I'm sure I wouldn't sound good with the Lions marching band either. Coming up on Friday Night Lights, brought to you by The General, we'll head out of town to check in with the Blackhawks, Rams, and the Mighty Arabs. There's plenty of excitement to come.
Unlock the power of KMIR News from anywhere, online, and on the go. Watch every newscast live in the palm of your hand. Top stories and breaking news from the Coachella Valley and beyond. Make the switch. KMIR.com is always on.
The Honda Take Home a CR-V sales event is here with incredible deals. Loaded with standard features like Pandora compatibility, a multi-angle rear view camera, and plenty of cargo space. It's no wonder the CR-V was named a Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Buy for 2016. Hurry into the Honda Take Home a CR-V sales event and get a great deal today.
Aerial photography on KMIR News. Provided by Big Blue Air Helicopters, Bermuda Dunes. Where can Big Blue Air Helicopters take you?
Nearly 7 million children, 1.6 million seniors, 4.5 million families. Means over 13 million Californians are cared for by Medi-Cal, which is made stronger by the idea in Prop 52, where hospitals willingly pay a Medi-Cal fee, generating an extra $3 billion a year from Washington to provide health care for our most vulnerable. It's a good idea that's been tested, tried, and true. Yes on 52.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Take on sudden stops in Nissan Sentra, Altima, and Maxima with intelligent safety shield technologies. Get to your local Nissan store today and save up to $4,250 on Altima, or get a low $129 per month lease on Sentra.
Tonight, Will Forte meets Will Forte.
Sounds like a made-up name to me.
Plus, AGT winner Grace Vanderwall with Marshmallow Songs. And thank you notes, Newfound. Seth Meyers welcomes comedian Bill Hader. Late Night with Seth, NBC Tonight.
Friday Night Lights on KMIR is brought to you by Yellow Mart, providing the Valley's largest selection of Western wear.
Gotta love that. Thanks for joining us. Friday Night Lights is committed to getting you all your team's results, and that means going out of the valley sometimes. So let's head north of Corona, just off the 15 freeway, as the La Quinta Blackhawks took on Roosevelt in Eastvale. And while the rest of the DVL battled league opponents, the Blackhawks hit the road for that showdown against Division 5 rival, the Roosevelt Mustangs. And they took a 21-7 lead into the fourth quarter, but the Mustangs stormed back, scoring in overtime, took the 27-21 win. Now La Quinta is at Palm Springs next week for the annual Mike Gates rivalry game. And the Desert Mirage Rams took Highway 111 some 84 miles south to battle the 2-0 Calexico Bulldogs in search of their first win of the season, but the Rams still looking to find some offense. 45-0 the final in Calexico. The Mighty Arabs, they've enjoyed a very hot start, but Coach Davis told us his defense would be a concern. It proved the case tonight. They gave up a 91-yard touchdown run to the Falcons to start the game and did not catch up. It's the first loss of the season for the Arabs. They're off next week before heading to De Anza League play the following week. Speaking of the Arabs, out of some 500 football teams in the entire state, they're the 5th ranked offense. So what is their secret? Well, we headed to Coachella to find out. Beginning their season with a 4-0 record, the Mighty Arabs were the last unbeaten team in the Valley. But it was only a few years ago that Coachella Valley High School might win only 4 games all year long.
It's a record-breaking year, making history. We're changing the name of Coachella football.
When head coach Brett Davis took over as the Arabs' lead man, he installed an offensive system called the Run and Shoot, developed by a football innovator, Mouse Davis. The Run and Shoot was created to offer smaller football players a chance to excel with quickness and elusiveness. Basically, the opposite of traditional smash mouth football. It's a system Davis knew would work for the Arabs.
I've had the great pleasure of meeting Mouse Davis multiple times, the godfather of the run and shoot. When you listen to him, he'll convince you real fast. But a lot of other guys have played in it and just been big believers, and other guys have run it around the country. We're kind of a tight-knit group.
But while run and shoot disciples are a tight-knit group, it took Davis some years before everyone was ready to embrace his offense.
First year he was here, everybody, I remember they were doubting him, saying that he wouldn't be able to change the name of Coachella football, and from now, seeing that all that he's done, it's really impressive.
Being a part of this offense for 3 years, it taught me, to trust it, and the more I trust it, points go up in the game and stats go up for me.
All right, let's talk about those stats. Denise is the 13th ranked passer in the state and has thrown for nearly 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. But he has yet to throw an interception. Oh, and then there's senior Romeo Martinez. Formerly an offensive lineman, Coach Davis gave him the ball and sent him running. Well, he's currently the 7th ranked running back in the state, averaging more than 200 yards a game, and at 210 pounds, he has the size to keep the Arabs rolling. That's right. I'm sure there'll be a lot more coming out of that Arabs offense. It's a lot of fun to watch. All right, coming up next on Friday Night Lights, which athlete made the biggest impact for his team? Well, we'll show you. Up next, we have our Friday Night Lights Athlete of the Week. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning brought to you by Palm Springs Nissan, where you get service, selection, and savings all in one.
A weekend at Morongo never goes out of style. It's a weekend of sweet accommodations, a weekend to settle down, and a weekend to live it up. It's a weekend to swim and splash in the Oasis pool or sip and snuggle in a cabana. It's a weekend for the ages. Morongo, good times anytime.
Honda knows you expect a lot from your car. But we wanted to give you even more. So we gave the Civic, the best-selling car in its class, even more horsepower, more room than ever, and a stylish new exterior. Introducing the new Civic, the 2016 North American Car of the Year. Nothing compares to a Honda.
At America's Tire, we're not just about tires, we're about people. We take pride in getting you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle.
Right now, get a $70 Visa prepaid card on any set of 4 Goodyear tires, plus $30 when purchased with America's Tire Credit.
What? My trade's gotta be worth more than this.
Don't get hit hard with low trade offers. At Palm Springs Kia, bring us any trade. And when we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade no matter what you owe. New 2016 Kia Optima or the 2016 Kia Soul. J.D. Power highest rated compact multi-purpose vehicle in initial quality. Just $76 a month lease. Why drive one when you can drive two for $152? If you have a job and make $350 per week, Palm Springs Kia wants to approve you now. At PalmSpringsKia.com. Call 866-800-6554 for all the details.
Player of the Week is brought to you by Mai Tai in La Quinta, home of the Spicy Noodle Challenge.
Let's go, Friday Night Lights, let's go, Rogers, baby, let's go!
Welcome back, and Friday Night Lights is proud to present our Player of the Week. Now, it's one thing to have a big night in your league opener. Now, it's a whole new level of awesome to have a huge night in your team's big rivalry game. But not only did the Saints win the Kings of Cook Street matchup, we are crowning Mason Sarna as our Player of the Week. The young man, he got the job done, and on both sides of the ball, returning 2 interceptions for scores and then adding 2 more touchdowns on offense. That would be after quarterback Michael Johnson sent the ball his way. Those 2 offensive scores, how about 62 yards and some 82 yards? Not bad, Mr. Sarna. Our whole crew here would like to congratulate Mason Sarna for being named Player of the Week. And thank you to Mai Tai for offering that to him. And now our whole team here at Friday Night Lights would like to offer a big thank you to all the local high schools that have been honoring Riley Sherman. You can see this yellow ribbon. She's a 5-year-old daughter of Kristen Sherman, formerly the ASB director at Shadow Hills High School. La Quinta, Shadow Hills, they've all been honoring it, and we'd like to send our honor to the family too. Have a great week, everyone.